So for the recording, what is your tag and how long you been playing?
My tag is liluwuzivert. I started playing when Slippy came out. Am I supposed to say my goals?
Yeah. What's your goal?
I mean, right now I'm like, I find myself going like 2-2 at like places, which is like, I mean, it depends like on and off, but like coming this year, I would like to like kind of I want to get to like the good sets, you know what I mean? Because I feel like I'm like I want to hit those big kind of hitters, and like I'm from Toronto, so there's some pretty good competition at the locals, right?
Yeah.
And I wanna be able to beat some better people to, you know, like kind of improve my stuff. I'd like to beat someone on PR this coming year. That would be cool. I mean, the PR here is pretty good, so like it might take me a little longer to reach it, but I think I could maybe snatch a set off if I try hard enough.
Yeah, no, I think that's definitely super achievable for sure. I mean, Toronto's good, but it's definitely possible. Easily within the year for sure. So, do you want to do like the Fox matchup first or the Falco one?
Just Fox.
Okay. So, what's like your thoughts on the Fox matchup right now?
He's fast. Like, I feel like one of the big problems with it is like, my mind is like, okay, I'm gonna watch Fox. I'm gonna stay at a good range that I can't get hit, and then I'm gonna go in when I feel like it. When I feel like it's a good time, like I guess kind of mixing up timing. It's hard to mix up timing though. Like I messed up a lot, but like go in at a good time and try to get like what's the word, like a good situation for me where like I could kill him here, but like man, I get like hit. I get hit at like so many of my approaches so often.
Yeah.
Like it just I get like nared. Dare is like really hard to play against. Like I get dare shined a lot. I have no, like, I know you can SDI and like grab out of it.
Yep.
But it's tough, especially when you're already grounded.
Yeah, no, it's like definitely like the mixing up your timing and stuff is like a lot about changing like your perspective on whether you're like I kind of want to think about like stop and go, or like stopping is a lot of the times going for baits like wave dash back or like full hop backwards, or like Waveland off the platform, double jump back onto the platform, Waveland on the platform type stuff. Like that's like really important in terms of like mixing up your timing and like going for baits in order for your like approaches to be like better, because then if you do that, then you have the opportunity to like, oh, they're scared of you doing baits, so they're not going to throw out like attacks, and then when they're not throwing out attacks, you can actually just hit them. Obviously is kind of how it like boils down. But yeah, no, I definitely think it's what you're saying. It's a lot of a matchup of just like trying to get a kill and going for like advantageous mix-ups over and over again. It's like definitely getting Fox cornered is like the goal in terms of like getting the advantageous mix-up, because when he's cornered, he has to basically pick an option that will like lead to death. Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah. So let me get into this really quick. It sounds gonna be a little
Some other what is I have like I talked to like I asked Faust a question like a week ago.
Yeah.
About like I'm like my spacing is like bad. What do I do? Or like I would like I'd at low percent hit Fox, right? With like a short hop, Bair or something, or like land with Bair, right?
Yeah.
And I'm getting like shined out of it. I'm getting like, you know, grabbed out of it. And he told me like a good idea is to like I guess fade, like try to get a fadeaway hit at those low percents, because like the Fox might commit to like that counterplay and then you're out of range. So I feel like I don't know, just like I want to figure out some better like counterplay when Fox is like CC.
Yeah, so basically, okay, so if you think a Fox is going to be crouch canceling in place, how backer works is like you can do an early backer, like usually it's an auto cancel backer, or if you're in the air, just an early backer or whatever. like you're full hopping, you're falling, then it's like an early back air. An early back air beats dash in. So if you think a fox is going to dash in at you, then you do an early back air and you can fade it away perfectly. But that's basically how it works. Is you can only be safe, completely safe, if you're covering one of 3 options. So the early back air covers dash in. You can completely fade away an early back air and cover dash in and hit it and be safe after. And then you can also cover in place, which is usually the crouch cancel stuff is probably what you're referring to essentially. So then you do like a slightly delayed back air, which is not going to be auto cancelable from a short hop, but and also like you're gonna have to L cancel it from the air. So you do a slightly delayed back air to hit them in place, and you can drift away as the back air is coming out, and you should be able to outspace it. Then the third back air is doing a very late back air, very low to the ground to hit dash back, which is definitely the least safe option, because like basically how it works is like if you go for the really delayed back air and they decide to dash in, you will die. Well, it's not want to say you want to die, but like if you're at kill percent, you're dying.
Smash,
yeah, you're
like,
gonna die because you have no hitbox out.
I make those like bad decisions when I'm at high percent, where I'm like, I'm gonna do a very late back air, and hopefully they like, cause they'll dash, like foxes will dash dance a lot.
Yeah.
And then like I'm like, okay, I'm at a disadvantage. I feel like I have to.
Yeah.
I have to go and hit them and get a kill while I'm at high percent, and then I'll get like up smashed while I'm approaching, and I'm like, damn, that's kind of. I'm like, I always tell myself, I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna let that happen next time, and then come, you know, the next set, I'm like getting hit with those up smashes still, and I'm like, I feel like I don't have an understanding of like the different kind of options I have there.
Yeah, it's definitely like the problem with like the late back air versus early versus like slightly delayed is that when it gets to the kill percent situations and you're gonna die from them, it really hurts if you aren't like understanding what back air you're going for and what you're trying to actually be safe from. So that's like a pretty constant decision. If you're messing up your spacing over and over again, that's probably why, like intuitively, why that's happening. But we'll see as well in the gameplay too. Definitely to start, I like doing aggressive mix-ups over defensive ones. So I would definitely just be wavelanding off the platform and back airing here, as a basically.
Oh shoot! Are you sharing your thing?
Oh, is it not? It's not up. Darn. Well, I wasn't doing anything on the screen until right now, so that's good. Okay. All right, can you see it?
Yeah.
All right. Let me go back a second. So yeah, basically, I don't really agree with going for like this like type of shield on like the Wavedash in. So definitely I would just try and like immediately go for an aggressive mix-up, trying to hit his lasers with like a back air or forward air. Usually back air is better. Okay. Or just trying to take center. So those are like the 2 objectives that I'm thinking of every time I start the game versus Fox. Technically they can go top platform too. You can like waveland up or that, but I hate that option like completely, because you miss that one and they're like on the ground, they just full hop back at you, and it's the worst. Oh, yeah. It's the worst thing in the world. So I hate that mix-up to start. And if you hit your up air, it's not gonna knock down. So
you like kind of trade the like laser damage for like a good spacing.
Oh yeah. You trade the laser damage for a back air, which
is a back air, and you get like 12%.
Yeah, it's way better for you, because then 12% pound knocks down, and then they have a new thing to be scared of, which is important for sure. Okay, so this forward air is pretty good. You do it slightly delayed, so it hits the in place, which is really good timing. It's the same thing what I was talking about in terms of choosing which like timings to do on your back air. It's the same thing about forward air, especially on a shield drop situation, or like just defending yourself on the platform. You can't really do the super delayed forward air because it doesn't really work in the same way. It doesn't have the same disjoint, so you're basically only choosing between instant forward air to cover dash in, or slightly delayed to be able to cover just in place and be drifting away safely. So I like this timing. It was really good. Wave dash back was really good, but you don't really have to shield.
Oh, I could like CC grab.
Yeah, you can just CC grab this. Shielding just makes it so the Fox can time their nair to be able to nair shine. They can technically do that versus your CC as well too, but it's a lot harder than doing it on shield. Also, shield stun is worse than being in hit stun from crouch canceling. You could also be ASDI downing if you're not fast enough to actually get a true crouch here too, and you can be able to crouch this as well. And it looks like you just let go of shield as well too. So I don't know if
I might have jumped out of it.
Yeah, just try not to jump when you're close to Fox, as well as Falco. It's kind of a general rule in most matchups in Melee for Puff as well, too. You don't really want to jump out of shield because of how slow our jump squad is, so that's just something to keep in mind. If I'm, like, feeling like I'm close to a character and I'm not safe, I either stay in shield trying to play a shield mix-up, or I'm buffering roll immediately. I have to mix up between one of the two, essentially. But in this case, you just try and jump out of shield, which is, like, almost never going to work. It works sometimes, but it's nuanced.
I think it was like I wanted to wave that. I think I felt like I was like, my plan was like, oh, I'm gonna outspace the Fox and then grab him, and then I was like, oh, he's gonna hit me. He's gonna hit my shield. I should like wave dash back, but it's like it's too fast. That like I'm just gonna keep during it.
You have to wait for the attack to hit your shield to wave dash, and you have to time it whether you think they're gonna shine after or they're just gonna do an aerial. So it's obviously a little bit more nuanced than just trying to wave dash out of shield before the attack even hits. So, getting there shined. I'd rather be facing backwards whenever I'm recovering in general. I don't really like... Because whenever you fair, you just lose so much height. Whereas when you back air, you see how you just literally don't lose any height at all? Like, you lose a little bit because you start drifting towards the ledge. But when you fared, you lost so much height. It's insane. You fared like at this height, and then you're all the way down here. It's just like, it's way worse. You just burn so many more jumps than you fair. So I'll just get in the habit to try and just turn around back here to recover almost every time. It's really important. Okay, so this is probably what you were saying about like just getting hit by Shine as well as Lot 2. There's like no reason to ever drift in when you were trying to play outside of threat ranges. It's like, you know right here that like when you hit this back air, he was going to click Shine. That's like the Fox classic. Or they're gonna try and like run up Upsmash or like try and grab you after this. So if you just fade away this back air, there's nothing they can do. This happens a lot versus like Sheik as well. They'll try and like shield around the ledge, and you just like literally just spam this back air and drift it back, and there's nothing they can do. Fox is the same thing. So if you just drift it back, this would be perfectly fine. It's probably also just like being greedy and just trying to like reset the neutral was also part of it too. That was a fine fine up air to try and like sneak in a hit on their jump. There's nothing like intuitively too wrong about that. When you mess up, I don't really like, again, wave dashing like when I mess up this close to Fox, because if the Fox is like actually like really thinking about it, they should be trying to grab you, because you were an up air lag right there, and Fox was not in lag. So Fox should be able to try and grab you or play like some good mix-up on you to get a kill. Not a kill in this percent, obviously, but if you were at higher percent, it would be a kill. And then right now, they could potentially go for like, I don't know, short hop nair is like the only thing you're beating right now. And even then, I don't even know if you'd be able to get a good ASDI down, or you wouldn't be able to get a true crouch here. I don't even know if ASDI down would even work, because they'd probably be able to get a good nair at this range too. So, or they're drilled. When you're this close to them, they're probably going to drill as well too. So that's why the wave dash back also doesn't work. You just get hit by drill and then not be that great. Obviously, like you're saying, you can SDI the drill and stuff like that. It's like still not easy.
Bad to get hit by it. Like,
yeah,
you'd rather not get hit.
You'd rather not get hit, right? Yeah. So I'd definitely just be probably buffer rolling when I'm this close to the character.
Yeah, okay.
Again, you try and jump out of shield. This is like, so basically the whole mix-up in terms of like distance. Max distance, you can what should I call it? You have like a lot of different options at max distance. Like when you're in like a quote-unquote disadvantaged state. When you're at max distance, you can do whatever you want. You can do full jump away. You can do wave dash back, trying to bait something. You can just go to the platform. There's a lot of different things you do. When you're at medium distance, you can do this back air to try and like protect yourself after whiffing anything, essentially. But you try and do it too close, so it doesn't work. When you're too close, like I was saying, you have to buffer roll or shield. So that's just like something to think about. Basically, the less distance you have, the less options you have. Okay. I like going for this nair up air read. This is pretty good, I'm not gonna lie, but whenever you whiff a full hop aerial, especially on jump read, you have to pick like one of three options. The first option is the classic one, which you just did, is you like drift away towards center stage, and try and be quote-unquote safe here. But the problem is, you were never quote-unquote safe here if you pick the same option every time. And Fox players know this, so they will just run up grab you for this every single time. So in order to make this mix-up be worth it, once you whiff a full hop aerial, the same thing can happen if you whiff a pound. The same type of situation too. You whiff the aerial, then you can double jump backwards and try and get to a side platform as another mix-up instead of landing. So that's pretty good. That's a default that Hungrybox kind of picks a lot. This is like landing in front of Fox or like landing close to center is basically what most Puff players do. Hungrybox chooses to jump away a lot. The third mix-up is landing, like crossing them up, because they have to, they either are going to have to shine you, or they're going to have to like dash, turn around, grab, or up smash you, and it's not easy. And that's like a harder read than doing this, because they're facing you, of course, so they have to actually execute harder. So those are your 3 mix-ups here, so you have to just not get in the habit of choosing. This one looks safe, quote-unquote, because you're like, oh, I'm outspacing his range, and he has to like pick something aggressive. He just full hops for some reason. But if he just did like just a run up grab, he'll be able to hit your Wavedash back. There's just no way you're gonna be able to get a Wavedash back out of here in time. But he goes to this crazy nair, so it doesn't really work out. Maybe he was predicting you to full hop, like jump away, like I was saying, but the thing is, you could still get out of that for sure. You were about here. If you full hop backward away, you'd be here. Fox would be dashing about here. You full hop back here again, you'd be about here, and there's no way Fox can hit you. So that's also the thing about that too. Unless you like went to the side platform, that would be the other mix-up. Once you full hop away, you have to choose whether you want to go up or you want to go to the side platform. I don't know why you just up smash out of shield.
I was like, oh, my shield drop.
Yeah.
Obviously, like it's such a hard commit, but like.
Yeah,
I'm just like, oh, he might shield drop, because he's very like, he seems very aggressive. I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
like,
definitely don't like going for like up smash here. I'd rather just go for up air in general. It's like if you just whiff this up smash, it's way laggier than whiffing the up air in terms of like you should just instantly get hit for doing this. But he goes for a nair here. Actually, it's crazy because whenever you whiff an up smash or a grab, you should always hold down after getting hit, after doing it, and then if you get hit by a move, just literally try and crouch cancel grab it again. It's like the most classic like chump check of all time on their timing, because a lot of times they will try and nair you after this because they're like, oh, I want to get like nair at this percent, so I can get like nair grab up smash, nair like up smash, nair like jab grab or something like that. But if you just hold down after whiffing an up smash or a grab, then you can just crouch cancel this nair and kill them. It's really funny when you do it for sure, but it's a really good mix up. See how again when you go for fair here,
fair,
you're so far down. I also don't really like doing aerials below like basically ledge height, like around here. So try not to do that either. Just try and like empty jump. Just keep jumping, and then also don't pound this spot either. If the Fox was realistically like paying attention, they should have been closer to you and trying to shine spike this pound. Pounding in this zone is like always death, so try not to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, he actually still had enough time to shine, which is crazy. I think he might be able to air dodge there, but that was a mix-up as well too. If you air dodge and you just stayed on stage, you could have shine spiked your air dodge too. So it would have been scary. You still get out of it somehow, which is crazy. It's just Puff, but like realistically, if this Fox was a little bit better, they could probably have killed you there. So they could have done like the double shine at the ledge, which is pretty hard to beat if you have no jumps. So okay, that corner play is okay. I'm not like the biggest fan of trying to like full hop fair in this spot. If anything, I'm probably trying to go for a full hop up air read. But if I'm just like trying to hit them in place or trying to hit them like dashing as well too, like this like doesn't lead to a kill every time because of the fact that he's on the ground again. So right now he could just wait out this second fair and then crouch cancel it or shield it. And if he shields it, he just wave dash out of shield, jab up smash you, wave dash out of shield grabs, wave dash up smashes you, and you potentially could die. Let's say like he goes for like grab, goes for down throw, goes for grab again, up throw up air, kills you. So it's like this spot's pretty scary to go for like this weak fair type of situation. I'd rather just go for a jump read up here, if anything, if I'm going for a jump read. Good attempt for sure on this edge guard. This is completely fine. I feel like you timed this pretty poorly though. You always have to just reaction forward air. I don't know if you're trying to read the side B to ledge is why you messed up. But yeah, as soon as you see the side B, you should just definitely click the button and then it should just work. But sometimes though, like when you have less time, I'd rather go for a hard read. So if that's what you're doing, it's okay. But like the hard reads at the same time are a little bit like you have to either know the Fox a lot, and in some situations, in those situations, they're probably likely to go on stage rather than go edge and just instantly die. Because if they go on stage, you have to like rest them or F-smash them to actually kill them there. Whereas if they go ledge and you read them like that, then they just instantly die. So it's like a matter of is the mix-up going to actually kill me, is what Fox is kind of thinking about when they're off stage. Alright, good drill grab. Again, that was the same exact height. Whenever Fox gets away with recovery, they're going to do it again. Is essentially how it works. Most Foxes think like that, so you just have to cover what they did before if they got away with it. Okay, this was good. I would edge cancel this backer though on the ledge, so you can be safer with it. That's like the only distinction. Okay, see, I don't like doing a full hop approaching back air because you get put in the ugly spot of having to do the back air away stuff or having to land this way, this way. It's just disgusting again. And then in this spot, actually, somehow Fox had enough time to actually get out of this. It's crazy. And then like also like if you're going to jump read again, like you should just jump read with an up air, if anything. So it's just like it doesn't really make sense to do this back air. And also you don't really like if you like drifted it back with this back air, it would be fine. Like then it could have actually hit this, which would have been cool too. It's like again, like when you're at kill percent, it's kind of like thinking like it's like a school of thought where you kind of want to stay outside of range of moves essentially. You want to be right outside the range, making it seem like you're in the range, and then whiff punish them over and over again. Is definitely one way to play it when you're at kill percent, which you are now. Were you at kill percent a second ago? Yeah, you were. So that's how I would view kill percent. I would try and play not that many aggressive mix-ups and trying to continuously bait over and over again outside of ranges in order to get Fox to overcommit and be able to whiff punish them again. That type of gameplay is pretty hard to get anything like substantial out of it sometimes, unless they like whiff an up air in the corner and you like you just like weave around the up air and like falling upper them and then like upper rest. Like that's like the only type of like situation. Or like you do like a Wavedash back on the side platform and they like try and narrow into the side platform and you grab them. Those are the only type of situations you can like actually get a kill playing that way. But like when you're at kill percent like this, it's better to play less aggressive mix-ups for sure. Okay. Yep, fared again. Should have died, but it's okay. Got out of it. Okay, what happened here? Why did you get jabbed? I don't really like fair onto stage in general. It's like I'd rather be turn around back airing if anything as my main mix-up to get on stage. You can't really tournament winner in. You could tournament winner backwards here is probably a good mix-up too, I would say. When Fox is at this range, you can tournament winner backwards. Hopefully Fox thinks you're going to tournament winner in, and they go for a back air trying to hit that, and then you just whiff punish their back air with like a drill grab or something like that, like you did with the Upsmash, would have been good. But when you fair inwards here, you just like lose a lot of time in terms of you're stuck in fair for so long. You could have also ledge dash on, that could have worked, or you could have done like jump from ledge, like up air, like you did the first time as well too. All those would have been fine. Okay, you're in the back air. This was definitely not understanding like the ranges here. So okay, so the first back air was completely fine because obviously you want to stall a little bit. Of course, you don't want to just like be sitting out there like sitting duck. But when you do this back air, you kind of like ignore Fox's threat range completely. So when Fox is turning around, there's only like right here. Fox wants to get a backer on you, so you cannot go anywhere close to this backer range. Like, basically, backer covers all the way over here if they want to fully commit with it. They could also, like, dash up air and cover this spot, too. So, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to be, like, creating a vertical line almost in my head and trying not to, like, go past that. So
Okay.
the first back air was fine, but drifting fully in does not really make sense. If I'm drifting here, I'm probably doing no fast fall timings. So you did a fast fall here is also why it wasn't great. So just try not to fast fall as much when you're trying to recover, and then trying to make it seem like you can go into this range. Oh wow, you try and back air in this spot, which is crazy. Like you jump here and then you try and back air. It's like when you get really close to the edge of the range, you do not want to throw out an attack. You want to jump away most of the time is how it works. But yeah, I feel like that's like a big thing in terms of your gameplay. Okay. This was good. This Wavedash dash attack, I like that a lot. Okay, he gets another side beat on the stage. I don't really like Wavedash forward a lot in this matchup, or most matchups. Wavedash is so laggy is that like you can't really get things done. Like after the Wavedash, your best options are like all grounded ones. Whereas like if you short hop instead here and do like a short hop empty jump, it's the same thing, but you're gonna be in jump squat, so you have opportunity to do other things. Like you have the opportunity to back air, you have the opportunity to double jump up air, you have the opportunity to land and grab. Whereas if you wave dash, you don't have those same opportunities. But like the thing about wave dash back is better than jump backwards is because you're going to be able to ASDI down moves and crouch cancel the moves once it's done. So it's like when you're baiting, you want to be doing wave dashes, but when you're approaching, you want to be doing short hops. Essentially how it works. Okay. Okay, so this spot is like a little bit tricky. You don't really want to press on the gas too hard here.
Okay.
I would probably just try and like jump off stage. Jump off stage is like pretty underrated in the fact that it's kind of the same thing as a wave dash back, and there's like little risk to it because if you jump off stage here, there's nothing Fox can really hit you with. It's like the closer Fox is to you near the ledge, like the further you have to be, and then the closer you are to Fox, like you don't want to be close to Fox at all. So in this spot, I would either wave dash back, but realistically, if my wave dash back is probably not gonna get me a grab, because in this spot I might just wave dash off stage. I don't really want to wave dash off stage, so I'd probably just jump away off stage and just whiff punish this there. That's probably what I would do here. That's a big distinction, but you just try and like hit it preemptively, which like hitting things preemptively when you're close to Fox won't work because his jump squat is faster than yours. He's faster than you. So you can't really preemptively hit things. You have to either bait them or roll away, get out of the situation in some shape or form. Okay, I thought this broke for a second. Again, I'd probably just up air to get back on stage here. Like, I don't really like fair inwards. If you up air there, it's the same thing, but like you could potentially hit him is the big difference with this up air. And also when you up air, you could potentially go for a double jump, whereas fair, you don't really have the same like luxury in terms of like, because of the height difference of how like low the ground like fair gets you. So it's pretty annoying. Okay, you try and go for this back air. Whenever Fox is above you or below you on the platform, literally just click up air. Just don't think about it. Like just always go for up air. Just like a pretty much rule of thumb. This edge cancel drill's fine. It's pretty aggressive, but you're not gonna die if you guess wrong on this mix up. So I'm completely fine with it. You don't actually get the edge cancel though.
Yeah, I miss it.
So it's not great, but it's funny because if you just like turned around and grab here, you would have killed him. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's like the solo battle, but
I think like a lot of the time I'll edge cancel drill that and then just back air it.
Yeah.
Like, usually they'll jump to plat and then like I hit them off stage with the back air.
Yeah, like you could do like it's called Teetercancel is what you accidentally did there. You could definitely do like Teetercancel grab or F-smash in that spot, and that would have been cool. But I don't really like recommend that. Like,
I mean,
at like any level besides
the drift.
Like top level, even then I think it's like pretty insane to do. But yeah, I would have been fine if you just did the edge cancel and did like a back air. I would probably just do edge cancel and do like a jump up air if I'm gonna do anything. If I'm reading a jump, back airs works kind of too, but it's not as aggressive. But you mess up, you get nared for that. Okay, you air dodge out. Get up throw up aired. Good SDA.
I'm on box 3.
I got box. Oh my god. I just had less of another Fox user. That's insane.
Oh, word? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy. I mean, it's like it's free, and then like they time it better, and then it's like it's a little rougher.
Yeah.
I can't just mash the keys. I kind of have to like use directions.
Yeah. I feel like most of the time you're doing a lot of shield drop mix-ups, so you're not doing like Waveland off the platform mix-ups. You're doing like edge cancel and shield drop like only. So in this spot, sometimes when Fox is underneath the platform, I like doing jump away, full hop off the platform, because sometimes the Foxes will try and commit with like a really safe back air, which you can't punish with a shield drop. So in order to beat that, I would just do a jump away, and then as soon as I see them go for that back air, I would just fall on top of them with a back air of my own. So that's a good mix-up to go for here. If you want to do this again, this back air, you should have back aired here anyways and edge cancel it. That's just the whole reason to do this. Like, if you want to empty land here, you should have empty landed like here and try to grab him. But at the same time, I don't know why he's crouching. So it was like a whole entire weird situation. I was trying to up smash. That's why.
Up smash, yeah.
Yeah, it's like
I probably get hit with an up smash here. I don't even remember, but I probably do.
we get hit by Nair. Okay. Let's see.
I haven't actually thought of like the back air and like edge canceling it off the side of the stage.
Yeah, no,
It
it's
makes sense, yeah, because it's like it's the same thing as like kind of just dropping and then back airing.
yeah.
You get.
No, it's really good mix up for sure. So yeah, it's definitely a big thing whenever you hit Fox and they tech away and you can't cover that ever, pretty much, unless the edge cuts them off in terms of their tech roll. So in this spot, it's like you want to gain space on them, but most of the time you want to gain space with a short hop, because then you have the opportunity to actually hit them if they try and do this type of nair. If you do a short hop instead of a full hop here, you have the time to actually get out of a back air, because when you're short hopping, you can instantly back air, but when you're full hopping, you have to wait until you're falling, and that's a lot of like wasted time, if that makes sense. That's why I don't really like full hop towards someone, because you can't really actually back air them for so long, and then when you can, it's just like you're probably losing the ability to go for like a hit on their like jump or the hit on their like dash in, so you're almost covering less options. So that's why I don't like doing this like full hop inwards, because most of the time when they like tech away, they're gonna just go for like a nair after, or like an up smash or something. Depends on your percent, but that's just like a pretty common habit most Fox players. Okay. You definitely should have been able to react to him whiffing a up smash there, but instead you do like a late reaction and then try and like still punish the up smash. But in this spot, you basically have to cover what they do after now. Once you're once you're late on any reaction in this game, you basically have to cover their defensive option. Like, they know they messed up here, and Fox's go-to when they messed up, they have to either jump, they have to spot dodge, they have to buffer roll, or they have to shield. So basically none of those options actually lost to this fair, so you definitely should just like read one of them. Most of the time when they're in the corner, I'd probably just default to reading jump, so I'd just jump back air here. I would obviously jump up air if it was at lower percent, but up air is not going to do anything here. So don't really know why you're pounding when it's at like 118. Doesn't really do anything. But also, I don't like doing pound from the ground in general, because even like, let's say Fox is at 30 or something here, when you pound on the ground, from the ground with a short hop, you're so high in the air and it's still so much lag that Fox is like, it's like
jump up there, like
it's like basically whenever you do a short hop pound, they're just never going to be in a favorable spot, because you're going to still be in the air in lag. Whereas you do like a Waveland off the platform pound or do like a shield drop pound, most of the time you're going to be lower to the ground because you're committing more with it and trying to usually hit a dash back. Whereas on these pounds, you're trying to hit like a standstill Fox or hitting like a slightly dashing in Fox. And both of those will basically have the opportunity to get out of the hit stun faster than a Fox when you're lower to the ground with the pound from a shield drop or a wave off the platform. So that's like a big distinction, just trying not to go for these types of pounds, especially obviously not 118, but
yeah.
Okay, this back air was pretty. Let me see. I have no really qualms with this back air, so it's fine. Okay. Basically, again, whenever Fox is above or below you, you just click the up air. Yeah, it's like obviously Fox is like technically still invincible for a second,
Okay.
but like Fox can't hit you like when you do like an up air in this spot, because let's say Fox is like shielding or whatever. You hit Fox's shield with an up air, you can just literally just take center on him because he can't shield drop back at you if you try and up air and you just drift away, and like he can't like he can't run off the. He can't dash out of shield, so he can't just dash off the platform and try and like run off nair or something like that. So he has no options to hit you. So that's like a pretty common situation to get out of the corner. Just up air Fox. It's just pretty free. So there's just like pretty much no reason to get hit here. You also could have gone to ledge and just like stalled that way. That would have worked too. What is going on here? Okay, so this mix-ups weren't terrible. I don't really have any like problems with them. Sure. Okay, did the up air to get back to center. That was good. Do not. Okay, so once you did that up air though, it's like I was talking about when you whiff an aerial. You don't hit his shield here, so you're not really in a spot to continuously try and stay in the air, if that makes sense. I would just be in this spot. I have enough time to where my like jump to center, right? Whereas the last time that you like whiffed an aerial in center stage, you got potentially could have got hit for it, but he did a random jump last time. In this situation, you have enough time to drift completely into center and not get hit. The worst thing that can happen is you get lasered. So like in this spot, I would drift all the way to center, this way, and then just lay on the ground. But doing this type of back air is fine if you like completely drift back the back air, which you do not do. So let's see. Just want to see exactly your drift pattern. It's like you start like you drift in and then do the back air and still like you're still in the middle of drift in while the back air is coming out, so it just doesn't really like accomplish anything. You need to like time. Yeah, you have to time your back air so it's like that hitbox coming out as you're drifting away.
Oh, okay.
So essentially that's how it works. So don't know how this honestly whiffed.
Yeah, I was gonna say how that did not hit.
That's kind of sad. I'm not gonna lie. And somehow you crouched under Offsmash.
Yeah,
just,
like
it's just a complete chaos. It's just crazy. So you just get away with that. Just wave on the platform here at this percent at 0. You can just get a regrab for sure. It's like the correct option. I don't know why intuitively you'd like up air here. It doesn't knock down either, so it's like just like Waveland on the platform grab. It's really good. Okay, if you edge cancel that, that would have been pretty good, but you also crossed him up, so that was pretty interesting because like that's what I was talking about in terms of like you whiff an aerial and then you just like fall this way. So that did work out, but you like grabbed the wrong way, so I don't know if you were intentionally trying to land here or something like that, but that's something to keep in mind. I'll just do the end of this. Oh, okay. I'm gonna look at my notes, but you want to go with Falco like for a bit?
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay. Let me see if there's anything else I want to really
That's
about.
already like a lot of good Fox stuff to work on.
Yeah. Let's see. Big thing, make sure just the stock trade is like a big thing in the Fox matchup. Like if you have the up the rest, just take it even if you're gonna die. Like as long as like by the end of it you're gonna be at even stocks at worst. Yeah, okay. It's a big thing. I just really recommend doing that. And then
on the percents, like the higher percents, when he's up throwing up like when he up throw up airs, like I guess I always like wonder what the best DI for that is. Is it just gonna be like behind it?
You definitely don't want to DI away or behind at high percents, because if you do that, then they could potentially extend the up throw up air past the actual ranges.
Oh, okay.
So no DI is the best when you're at really high percents in order to not get up aired. But the problem with that also is that if you no DI, then they can get single hit a lot because it's really consistent.
Yeah, I always get single hit up aired. And I'm like, is this the right, DI for this?
Yeah, it is just the right DI, unfortunately. It's just like a DI away, they just will be able to extend the up air. It is just how it is, unfortunately. But what's your thoughts on the Falco matchup?
Like, I know it's like very doable.
Yeah.
But like, my execution and like I don't really have too good of a game plan, so like I'm kind of just getting hit by things and trying to get like my opportunities.
Yeah.
Laser, I'm not like super good at figuring out. Like I know I can like, I know there's a good range where I can like kind of hit him diagonally, like while he shoots the laser out, and I get like in.
Yeah.
But like, it's kind of like whenever I do that, I always feel like it's 50-50 if like that laser's coming out or if it's not, and I'm kind of like, I don't know, like I have no good game plan outside of like, I'm gonna hit him in his laser, or like while he's lasering, I will like jump up, or I will try to power shield the laser. But then I like, if I go for a power shield and it doesn't work, I'm like in a bad position.
Yeah.
I feel. But outside of that, like I'm not too sure how the matchup goes. I get downed a lot.
Yeah, no, it's definitely like a lot of things you were saying in terms of like, it's the biggest thing is like always making sure that Falco is scared of you. If he's not scared of you, that's like kind of why like Falco runs over Puff in terms of like, downer stuff, spamming lasers. Like you have to make Falco scared of you almost at all times. When in terms of lasers, a big thing about it is either jumping over them, or like wave dashing under them, or trying to weave in and out of the timings, which is a big thing. And then like where Falco is facing in terms of like facing backwards or forwards is pretty important in terms of like what they can do. Like when Falco is facing forwards, like you want to be facing forwards too, almost, because they are like going to go for your laser, and if you go for like Nair on a laser, you could potentially go for Nair Grab. Nair Rest is pretty good on laser. It's basically like forces them to start turning backwards, and then when they turn backwards, that gives you more opportunities to get grab, in the sense that you can like wave dash back if they go for a back air and grab their back air. If they go for up tilt, you can like empty land, grab the up tilt, or like wave dash in and grab the up tilt. And then in those situations, when they know they've messed up and like they're scared of your grab, then they start doing like panic options, quote unquote, because they don't have like a dasher the same way Fox does to get out of situations. So like their options are like, oh, I have to like downer out of shield, or like I have to spot dodge, or I have to roll, I have to jump. So it's like those are the situations you want to like get yourself to be in, essentially.
Okay.
But let me get into this a little bit. This game we actually like rest him like 4 times. So like that, it's like
it happens sometimes.
Yeah, it's like these types of games will happen, but like I also don't think you like played like amazing around it, so that's like why I wanted to go over this one too. To start off the game, you basically do not like the whole problem with Falco is you don't want to get locked on the ground in laser and shield stun. So that's why I don't really like power shielding in this matchup. It's not that good. It's like the only times I like being on the ground shielding is when I'm like basically forcing like wave dash shield like grab mix-ups with like Falco in down air or back air mode.
Yeah.
But like the problem with that is they can just start going to laser mode again and then just like block you in shield with laser, and then all the out of shield mix-ups are pretty unfavorable for you. Like you can potentially like back air out of shield if they like cross you up with a down air, but they could also shield that, and they could also spot dodge if you try and grab that. It's like there's a lot of different nuances. Yeah.
It feels like the spot between like them lasering, like, you know, where like when they laser you want to be like higher, but then like when they aerial it's like, I mean you could still be high and then kind of like weave around what they're gonna do. It's like I'll get like full hop down aired and then like it becomes a tech chase. Yeah.
It's like then when like they go for those types of like full hop down or stuff like that, like top platform, then that's like when you have to like, when you're in the air you have to weave around like you're saying, but you have to like go for like sharking up airs and stuff like that, and hard reads. So like it kind of makes it so like a lot of the grounded stuff is reactionary, whereas the trying to like beat like aerials in the air is like more about reads. So it's like it's a little bit hard to consistently beat for sure when you're in the air, one or the other. But yeah, the wave dashing's kind of fine, but then you get stuck in shield like this. Whenever you're close to Falco, just never click jump is the big thing. You have to just basically wave dash around a bunch, and then like hopefully get out of the situation. Usually I like to roll out of there to the point where I can jump away. I have enough distance to. At this spot, I do not have enough distance to jump away, so don't try it. I'd be like right here is when I can start jumping away, and that's my ultimate goal when I'm on the ground with Falco. I want to get out. That's like, it's like I don't want to be put in a bad spot in shield or stuck on the ground with lasers, because then I just eat a bunch of damage. So
So like if you go in for like if you go in for something and it doesn't work, you kind of just want to like
yeah, disengage.
get out of it.
Yeah, instantly. I am not trying to like stay in a bad spot versus Falco. It's a lot easier to do that than versus Fox because of Fox's dash speed.
Yeah.
Falco doesn't have the same luxury, so it's a lot easier to play around. So with the platforms, I definitely want to just like use them as a place to reset jumps, and then also like I don't really like shield drop mix-ups versus Falco as much. Like these shield drop back airs or doing like Waveland the platform type of mix-ups because like Falco doesn't have the same dash speed as Fox, so these type of back airs and stuff will never hit him because you just won't be able to dash in fast enough. Yeah. Potentially if they go for like a running like short hop downer, maybe this hits you, but probably you just trade anyways.
Yeah.
It doesn't work out. So most of your approaches are more about jumping off the platform and then like sitting in a zone where like you're trying to weave around their laser timings and then being able to get on the ground next to them in advantage, which is different than like being on the ground next to them like stuck in lasers and stuck in a shield stun and trying to like get off the ground. Whereas like being on the ground when like next to them when they like when they've just finished firing off a laser is good because then you can try and grab them after the laser or try and like beat their like panic option, right? But like you don't really want to be like on the ground like a little bit further away from them where you can't actually grab them is the big kind of distinction on that terms. On that. So I definitely want to be jumping off the platform, trying to either nair them, back air them, or trying to land on the ground next to them is the three big things. You get this crazy power shield stuff. See, I didn't really like accomplish that much when you're trying to go for like this jump back air. It's like best case, maybe this hits, but realistically, most of the time when you were trying to hit Falco on the ground next to you with a back air, you don't really be doing full hop back airs like with Fox too. You want to do like these like just short hop auto cancel back airs. It's not like you have to really time which back air you're doing like you have to do with Fox. You're mostly just trying to do like a fast, safe back air. And if it pokes, it's cool. If it doesn't poke, you just drift away and then try and jump away. If that's possible. If you can't, then you have to roll away and then jump away. So, it's big decision. This back air was fine on the up tilt. But basically, whenever Falco gets hit, they do not want to get hit again. Because they are really scared of getting hit again. So, like, their big thing is, like, they crouch cancel shine a lot, or they try and like back your out of or up tilt out of the hit stun a lot. So whenever you hit Falco, just wait for their option after a lot is a big thing. At low percent when their aerial's knocked down. They don't like panic when they're not in threat of grab. Like they weren't in threat of grab there, so not gonna be like panic jumping or panic rolling or stuff like that. They're gonna be trying to hit you out of whatever you just did. Is essentially how it works with Falco. So you just want to like drift like slightly outside the range. With Falco, you can drift a lot closer than you can with Fox outside the range, or Wavedash like a little bit outside the range more than like Fox is. Okay. So you can play a lot closer for sure. You can actually potentially grab out of this too, because it doesn't knock down this percent. But you can also try and down air out of it too. I don't know if you could have maybe grabbed there. I think you could have with the timing. Get out of that. Big thing with any character basically is whenever you get hit, try not to get another hit. Yeah. Which you definitely tried to do here. So just literally just jump away. That'd be completely fine. Also, just like try not to engage with Falco like on the platforms like this when you're trying to come back. Like if you have to try, you can hit them, but don't make it your goal to even hit them at all on these platform situations. Just try and go to ledge. Try and like make it look like you're gonna cross them up, because it's really hard to cross them up on recovery. Falco actually allowed you to this time because they hard committed with this up tilt on the platform because they knew you're gonna like try and like drift into them. So you could have actually crossed them up here, but most of the time most Falcos don't let you cross them up. So it's a lot about landing on like the edge of the side platform, landing on edge, and trying to like make your way back to center as like slowly as possible, because they have a lot of like defensive tools to like keep you out essentially. You get out of there, you get hit by a laser again, and you try and drift in again. Not great, but you barely get out of that situation. Okay. Yeah. This shield drop up air is actually pretty good. I like this one just because it covers full hop, which Falco might be scared of you right now doing. That was completely fine. It also covers Wavedash somehow, which is crazy. Just make sure to grab or up tilt though when you get this up air. Just don't like try and grab out of it, because like realistically when you do that and you don't get shined, that means that you can definitely grab her up tilt. You should have gotten shined if like the Falco was like on point there anyways, after the up air, but they weren't crouching or they weren't ASDI downing, so they couldn't get a shine out. So there was no reason to do like a Wavedash mix up. Like you had the opportunity to get the grabber up tilt right away anyways. Yeah. Okay, so you lose the mix up there. Like I was saying, if you want to just like not get killed here, you can just like hold shield is the biggest thing, and then just like wait for them to cross up your shield and just back air to shield this. Should work too. But you definitely don't smash the eye in a lot on your downers, for sure. Like you could potentially live here with some smashy eye and like land on stage, but you just like you don't really do that at all. I feel like a lot of times you just get like downer like really easily into like death in spots where like maybe other puffs are just like SDI in. So that's like a big thing to think about. And also like in your like getting like comboed on the platforms, you don't like SDI shines either. So I try and like SDI downers and shines to get out of combos and just like actively think about like, could I have actually lived here? Like probably the answer is almost always yes. Usually because Falco isn't that good. It'd be crazy if you just killed you every time, but don't know why you got shined here.
Yeah, after I probably tried grabbing. So like in shield there, I kind of want to wait for shine, I think.
Yeah.
Or roll.
So it's like in this situation, okay, so you can't really roll this way, right? So Falco knows that. So Falco's never going to do a downer here and read a roll this way. So what I would do is I would probably wait for the shine on shield, and then I'll smash out shield to shine. That's probably my objective here. But realistically, at the same time, the problem is with Upsmash's hitbox on the front, it's kind of hard to hit that Upsmash out of shield. So maybe after the shine, I would probably try and Wavedash out of shield. I might just get caught by the grab anyways here, but at least realistically, I might be able to get out of it and then turn around, grab them after the shine. So maybe that would work, or after the grab in this case, actually. So that's what I'd probably do. You could also Wavedash out of shield backwards to ledge after the shine too. That would work.
Okay.
Okay, these backers are okay. Nothing really too crazy about them, but like they're also not like actively like even if you hit these backers, not like going to get a kill. So I would just like try and like either drift in with them with the intention of trying to like maybe trying to do a back air falling up air because like Falco's in the air, or trying to go for like back air continued pressure instead of like being passive and just like going all the way over here. So big thing. Okay, the way dash away is good. This is the type of back air I was talking about being really good. This is a common thing about any space animal. When you get them to like back air knockdown percent, like around like 35 is when it knocks down against Falco, but when you get them to that percent, from like 35 to like 50-ish, they love to opposite tech or roll in every single time in the spot. It's like some mix-ups are like almost not even mix-ups because like the players just like never actually play the entire mix-up. It's pretty funny. This is one of them. Like,
No, they'd want to like, they really want to get center back.
Yeah,
or, like, they don't want to go towards the ledge.
Yeah, they just will always opposite tech in here or roll in. So just literally hard read this with a rest or Smash. It's becoming like insanely meta for people just like opposite tech in here. So that'd be really good. Because they know you want to just like hit them on the roll away with a dash attack and just kill them.
Yeah.
Because they're really scared of that. So.
What do I do if they down tilt my shield?
If they down tilt your shield, you can shield grab that. In this spot, you can't up smash out shield that either. But you could also try and back air to shield that, which you do, which is good.
Okay.
I would be a
like
back
on that one.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably just do a short hop though. Is like what the only difference I would do here. I would do a short hop one, so that if I actually confirm the back air, I can start drifting in, and that would work. You could also do a short hop away, which would work too, because like potentially maybe they can get like a downer after the down tilt, and maybe like if you don't drift it back, then it will hit you. Like that could potentially happen. So it's like, yeah, I do agree with like drifting back intuitively there. So I'd probably do a short hop again. Like against like taller characters like Falcon and Sheik, Marth, stuff like that. Like the short hop isn't as good, but because they're taller characters than Fox and Falco. So against smaller characters, you're gonna do like short hop aerials rather than full up aerials on a shield, essentially. That was a good back air read. Again, though, I'd rather go for these up airs if I'm going to be reading jumps anyways. In this spot, like, I feel like you just give up, like, too much space. Yeah, when you're pressuring, for sure. It's like, you do this type of back air.
Corner, right? Like,
yeah, he's in the corner, and, like, it's almost like you're not really, like, paying attention to where, like, the character is and, like, what they're doing. Sometimes when you're, like, actively trying to pressure, you're trying to, like, figure out, like, I want to be so safe here, but, like, realistically, if you're pressuring, like, the corner, you can't be safe while doing it. You have to, like, actively take risks in a lot of ways.
I feel like I have, like, the bag of tricks there, but I'm, like, not really, kind of just picking a move out rather than, like, kind of putting it in the right situation.
Yeah. No, that's, like, really important for sure.
Yeah.
This would be a good spot for, like, drill, shield poking them. That would be a really good opportunity here. I'm not really, like, at fault for doing, like, a back air here. It's not, like, the worst thing in the world, but now you have to choose a landing situation.
Yeah.
Usually you can probably drift the side platform, because against Fox, like I was saying, you have to, like, pick these different mix-ups, like land here, or jump away. But against Falco, it doesn't have the same speed again, so you can kind of, like, get away with doing, like, the jump away back air. It's, like, the only option, so that would be the distinction there. But you get away with back airing here. Realistically, you should have gone up tilted, so
yeah, like,
that would
exactly for a while.
Yeah. Okay, you grab here. I love the double jab. It's very funny looking, but it's nice.
No, yeah.
It's pretty good, but realistically, it's just like better to go for like a forward air and air or a drill, just like a lot more consistent. I don't like crossing up Falco very much ever, for sure. Just has too good of a back air to shield.
Because that short up like auto cancel is probably good if like I drifted back.
Yes.
Like while they're in shield.
And it's completely fine to drift back. But also, it's like realistically at the same time, you're not throwing a lot of empty lane grabs, so that's why Falco is down to just throw out a shield here, because they know how strong like just like the short hop back air would be if you just drifted back, and just, they don't want to take 1 billion damage for no reason, right?
Okay.
So like that's why they're throwing out shield here, because like you've shown over the course of the first stock that you aren't going to throw out these grabs at low percent. But like realistically, you need to throw out the grabs at low percent so you can get them into the like the bad mix-ups that they have to do, right? Like I was saying earlier, like they have to like spot dodge, they have to jump or roll. So it's like really important to be threatening. Like you're not threatening anything with this like turner, like this cross back air on shield. Even like even doing like the fade away back air on shield, you're not really threatening much, because you've already like established that your only threat is you're going to do the drift away back air. But like if you do the grab, then you establish a new threat, which is really important.
Yeah.
That was almost really good, but you didn't have to jump on that back on the up air.
Okay.
You just
had
to
just like
fall.
Had it fall and
Yeah, that's like a big distinction. Yeah, that's just like an easy just fall up air there right now. But you do this like jump. So
it's super like in the moment you're like, oh my god, he's so much higher than me. I need to jump. And
yeah.
Then, like he falls really fast.
Yeah, no, Falco falls insanely fast, and then like against Fox, you do the exact same thing too. Like if they whiff like an up air in that spot, it's the same type of, you always fall with your up air, because it's like super disjointed, so it will hit on the fall down. You just have to trust that it will. It's like the only time it won't hit is if like double jump, in which case you can just wait for them to fall down and just up air their landing anyways. Okay, I like that backwards nair. It's pretty mostly safe in this matchup. In terms of the landing option, it's pretty hard for Falco to punish, so this is really good. But now you have to be put in a bad spot to shield, which is like obviously not the greatest, but you don't lose too much if you guess right on the mix-up, which is crazy. I think he should have just gone for a down air read on the roll, but I don't know why he didn't. I don't really like, again, I don't like Wavedash out of shield when Falco is right next to me. If Falco was further away, I would have been down to Wavedash away, but he's too close, so I'd rather buffer roll. If I have more space, then Wavedash becomes better.
I've got a bad habit of just like being really trigger happy with the roll, with the Wavedash.
Yeah, I mean it's good. It's a really good like mix-up, but it's just like not as good when you have less space, for sure. This is the same thing about the back air. He's more scared about getting grabbed. Okay. Okay, with this back air, and then now after you with this back air, you should be in the possibility of getting hit. So you probably should shield here instead of going
Yeah.
for another back air, because if you did an actual down air, which would make more sense.
No, I get hit.
You get hit. So yeah, you definitely should shield, buffer roll. Probably, I'd be down to buffer roll in. I feel like there's no way that Falco is gonna read that. So that's what I would do. So definitely do that. When you're in a bad spot close, try not to do like a jump away stuff because your jump squat is so slow. Obviously, it's the same jump squat, so it's like not the same deal, but you're still slower to get an aerial than Falco is, so that's a problem. Okay. But you get a grab anyways because you get the when he's turned around, you get the Wavedash on the back air, really good. But like you definitely just mess up this RTC like really bad.
It's a hard one to hit.
Yeah, it is a hard one to hit, but like you also like did like a backwards jump and like didn't do like a dash, so it's like it was pretty like you're like missing a lot of frames here. Like this was like really late, so I definitely work on your RTCs. Like just
so like when they DI behind you, you want to turn around.
Yeah, generally you want to be turning around almost every time. It also like whenever you turn around, it like makes it like I want to say it's like a almost a buffer in terms of like getting it to be like a frame one jump, but like that's kind of how I think about it too. It's like when you dash back, it makes it a lot easier to get the frame one jump, so that's how I do it as well too. So I see most pups do it as well. But okay, so you do this back air. Not the best in the world again, like I was saying, in terms of falling down on top of them with like a back air inwards. He also wasn't firing a laser, he was turning his back to you, so it's not the best to try and go for this type of back air. If you were trying to do this, you have to also like make sure you want to just like a jump away type situation in order to bait like a back air and up tilt, which is probably what you want to hit anyways. So that's important. Like trying to like mix up your timings, whereas like in the Fox matchup, I was saying you have to mix up your timings with like Waveland stuff and like doing like edge cancel baits and like jump away type timing mix-ups. Against Falco, you don't really have to do the same type of like crazy mix-ups. You can literally just double jump as your mix-up and then just fall down on top of them. After they do like an up tilt, you just pound the up tilt, or you just land and try and grab the up tilt. Or if they try and back air, same thing. It's like a lot of your baits can just be off a double jump because of how slow Falco's dash is, essentially.
And they get knocked down by pound.
Yeah, that's the big thing for sure. It's like you weren't gonna get like a really juicy mix up there, right? You're only just gonna back air there. Maybe you can get like a back air up tilt or back air grab, but it was honestly ambiguous whether you could have gotten that. Whereas if you tried to get like a bait on an up tilt or a back air, you could have gotten a pound, and that might have actually gone into a good like a good knockdown. They could have missed the tech for sure in that spot because they're trying to up tilt too. That would be good. All right, good. They lasered, so you face forward within there. This is good. Good up air. Good rest. It's just perfect. So obviously, perfect puff play.
I mean, like.
Yeah. Okay.
I think there I'm actually like trying to SCI to the right to like avoid the shine. I mean, that's like kind of the end of like the knowledge. Like whenever, like I'm really bad at like reacting to when the Falco's gonna down air, but like off a rest, I'm like, okay, I think I should mash SDI away.
Yeah.
Or, like somewhere.
Yeah, this was a pretty good SDI. This is like the only one I thought that was like pretty solid.
Yeah.
You can definitely just reaction with punish this for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, you could have just like gone for like a forward air. I would have rather again turn around back air because you just risk a lot less in terms of your height. So that's what I'd always do. But I don't really like being this aggressive, almost like crossing out Falco completely here. That's basically why you got hit, as you were just like too greedy on like trying to get back. You have to take your time more and try and land on the platform, try and do like baits and trying to, if you have to, you can get shield drop mix-ups, but realistically you can do like edge cancel stuff. You can do the same jump away stuff versus Falco. It's not as good, but essentially you're just trying to like do very like safe stuff to try and get back in, and just like making timing mix-ups again with like double jump. You got hit again. Do a forward air to try and come down on top of Falco. It's never good to try and come down on top of Falco without doing a double jump bait.
Okay.
This is a good up air for sure. I like this one a lot better than almost any of the other ones you've done. So this is good. And you should be able to get another kill again. A good slide up by the Falco, I'm not gonna lie. That was completely fine. That's why I don't like short out pound.
And then pound.
Yeah, it's just not good. Again, Falco, is not scared of your grabs yet, so that's why they're continuously throwing up shield.
Okay, yeah.
All your grabs have been off like nair and stuff like that, so they're not been like off of like reads on or like conditioning. You've conditioned them to shield a lot on your back.
Them, but I haven't like I'm not
acting on it.
To that, yeah.
So that's really important. So if you could throw out some grabs here instead of doing a pound. Also, pound is just again off the ground, just sucks. So that's a big thing. And like you just literally die.
See, like,
that was not.
I'm like,
that is not good DI at all.
None of those. Yeah, none of those should like.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be getting hit that many times.
Yeah. No. Okay. So.
It's just like. Yeah. It's something I need to play a lot more Falcos. Like.
Yeah. When you. With this first pound, you should definitely be teching this down air. They're not doing anything besides down air there. If they do back air, they just send you too far away and they can't get a combo. So they're not going to do back air there. So they'll do down air and then they'll up tilt you here. And you can definitely slide off this down air for sure. But it's a little bit hard to do based on the distance. I don't really fault you for not getting a slide off there. But once you should definitely be able to tech this down air for sure. On this one, you should definitely be smashing in right here. There's no way if you even put like any like directional influence on this down air inwards, you can just like not die here. So, and then on this final one, you should basically know that most Falcos here want to try and hit you. There's a few options you can do here in this spot. I would realistically just jump away back here. There's no.
I was gonna say I could just like.
It's like they can't go really far. Like Falco can't go further than like this line. They can't go diagonal with you. They don't have a shine, so they can't just jump out there and shine or like shine spike you. They don't have like Sheik like forward air. They can't like jump off there and forward air. They don't have Falcon knee or up air. They can't do that either. So like they're kind of like locked into like doing vertical stuff. So if you just make a diagonal, you can't really die. So that's like a big thing with Falco.
I've not been hit by that before. I was like, I mean they die for it, but like I was really like.
Realistically, that Falco should have lived when they did that too. So that was just like bad on them.
Yeah, I was like, I thought they were gonna live because I'm like, I've seen it happen before.
Yeah.
It's never happened to me. Mostly because like, I don't know, just like by odds.
Wow, that was insane. This is a pretty classic situation by Falco too. So you hit their shield with a back air, and you try and be like very safe and like you do the roll. You just try and like space outside of their range. It's all good, and they will roll in like almost a lot of the time when they're cornered like this as their first option until you start resting this for sure.
It's
so
like roll in and like jump.
Roll in shine is just like so, I don't want to say the word brain dead, but whenever you're just doing a safe back air pressure while Falco is cornered, they will love to roll in after getting hit on shield by the back air. So you have to be like very wary of this. You have to rest the roll instantly, or you have to not do the back air again and try and do a grab instead. And then once you get hit by this shine, I don't really fault you for not DIing this shine that well. This down air was a pretty good mix up by them, but realistically, there's no way you should be able to get shine off the top here. You should be able to smash this shine, which you have basically no influence on. So if you smash this, you'd be like over here. Yeah. So that's really important. And then you have no DI on the shine either. I don't think you could have even lived without DIing the first shine.
Should be something to work on.
It's kind of like when you up throw rest someone, you get the up throw and they just can't DI it. It's like you have to know you messed up is a big thing about this matchup in terms of your DI. So that's just something to think about. Like every time you've like whiffed something, whereas in the Fox matchup it's a lot of rolling. Sometimes in the Falco matchup it's you can't really roll. You're like you've committed so hard, like with the pound or like with like a backer on shield or something like that, that you have no time to roll and you have to eat the down air. You have to eat the shine. So you have to be ready to tech, be ready to smash DI. It's really important. So just recognizing when you messed up is really crucial for sure. Okay, this back air is fine. I'd probably try and go for a back air grab here, back air up tilt, just because of the Sakurai angle. It's kind of the same thing with like Nair in a lot of ways.
I had no clue what a Sakurai angle is. Like I know like the idea of it is like beyond like the value or something, right?
It's like yeah, it's something weird with the code in terms of like low percent hits, send it like a 45-degree angle instead of sending at like their normal knockback, so it allows you to get grabs is the main thing. Is how it works. They don't get the normal knockback essentially is how it works. So That's my interpretation of it. But yeah, back air grab
like,
or up tilt's really good.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, that's like a pretty common 0% opener. It happens a lot, especially against Fox too. It's usually based on them trying to crouch cancel you is the big thing, and then they can't crouch cancel you based on your timing, your spacing. Like basically you have to really commit with the back air grab to get it. It was the problem, and sometimes it's just really annoying how it works. They might not be crouching, and then they will not be saccharide. It's just like, it's a whole nuance thing, but it doesn't really lose much to try and go for it here. Whereas if you like miss it, whatever, you get hit maybe like 2 times, and that's not the worst thing in the world, but at least you try to get a kill. That's always the biggest thing on this matchup. You always want to try and get a kill. You don't want to like do like a fadeaway back air like that, and just like there's no way you could have gotten a kill again, right? This up air, maybe you could have maybe got a kill, but realistically, you're not going to get a kill because it doesn't knock down until 18%. So it's like, you're not actually going to get a kill off this up air either. So like, you just did 2 things in a row that just like never like net into a kill. So that's really important. So you wave dash away. At this point, again, don't jump when you're this close to Falco. I would try and roll away and just get out of the situation, or shield. Probably roll away, honestly, but you somehow get out of there for free because this Falco never likes to nair or never likes to down air. They always hit the laser in. You get the craziest up tilt. What the hell? Wow, this is just a ridiculous up tilt. I have no idea, no words for this one. It just somehow works. I like going for jab reset in terms of like, if you're not sure the Falco or Fox or anyone is actually gonna hit the tech, it's completely fine. It's like more of a read to do that though sometimes, because you just definitely are not gonna cover everything else. Don't really fault you on that, but make sure when you see the person hit the tech, just stop doing it. Is a big thing.
At that percent, I can't just rest off the, like, I can't wait for them to land and rest. I feel like they can tech it right.
Yeah, no, they can. Yeah, they definitely can tech it to that percent. Yeah. Sometimes you can like re-grab off the up tilt. Let me see if you could have done it in this situation. No, you maybe, no, there's no way you could have rested. I was thinking maybe you could re-grab, but nah, you couldn't re-grab too. If they DI in front of you, you can definitely re-grab. Is the big, you can definitely grab. So that's the big thing. Yeah, definitely. I like this situation. You actually jabbed early too, so you wouldn't be able to hit the rest on no tech as well too. I also kind of like just doing like rest on the no tech instead of even going for jab reset. It depends though. Sometimes the only times I really jab reset most of the time now is like when I'm doing like an aerial, like a forward air or back air, and it happens to knock down and it happened to react to the missed tech, and then I jab reset rest. That's the only time I really rest with the jab reset instead of just doing a rest on no tech. So,
yeah, so I guess if it's like, if it's a reaction, you might just jab to get.
Yeah, if it's a reaction, I usually just jab. But if it's a read, I kind of just like reading it with a rest anyways. But yeah, no, it was not the worst thing in the world to do. Again, you try and approach this type of back air situation. I would have probably just gotten closer and potentially tried to threaten, like, I would have short hopped, and then no, maybe this time, because I'm short hopping towards them and they're, the only thing that's really going to kill them is up air, pounds, or grab. They might be scared now. Realistically though, they might not be still scared because you haven't threatened grab enough, but still, I would still short hop towards them with the intention of trying to either grab, or if I think they're going to be scared of grab, I'm going to go for an upper read, go for a roll in read, go for a roll away read, or go for a spot dodge read. One of the 3. You also wave dash in, but I'd rather just short hop with this much distance between us for sure. You go for this back air, doesn't work out for you or Falco. You go for the jump read, doesn't work because you don't really commit with the jump. Again, you like do this like fade away jump read rather than doing like a fade in jump read. You have to like fully commit with the jump read for sure. Don't really know what this one was. Almost like you weren't really paying attention to where Falco was on the screen. You thought he just like jumped the top platform maybe? I don't know. But okay. In this situation, you could just literally just landed here instead of doing a pound and just grab this shield. Yeah. That's a big thing for sure. It's like, that's why like the full hop backwards stuff is really good, because you can just literally just full hop backwards and just land and then grab. Is like the big, it's like the whole bait behind it. It's the same thing as Wavedash back, but you're in the air doing it. And you have like slightly more mix-ups where you can like go onto the platform. You can decide to like full hop backwards and then like potentially like, I don't know, like land, like like falling up air if they try and like run and like down on you, stuff like that. So like that's why like the full hop backwards is like good in a lot of ways. So you have that opportunity to do that. You go for another nair, get a crazy nair jump read again. I love doing this. Sometimes it's like, oh, this wasn't even a nair jump. It was like a nair jump read, but like it was actually just completely wrong in the fact that like he was able to get into the platform, which is crazy.
Okay.
I don't really like I mean, nair is not the worst thing in the world to do above like 0% against Falco, but it's like kind of in some situations where like they are going to be either like just able to get out of it, or it's just like sometimes it's percent dependent in terms of when you want to do it. So basically like only doing it like really low percents or doing it like really high percents. Even then I'd rather drill high percents, but you get an up air somehow because you just missed a shield drop or something. It was crazy. Yeah, and then yeah, the rest. So let me look at my notes really quick, and then yeah. Do you have any questions while I do that?
Nah, this is good. I like definitely like back in January to like Marchish, right? I was, or even like I think till May, I like I was playing different characters, right? Like a lot of the time last year I was actually like I took a break. So like I came back to playing Puff maybe like I think it was like August, September-ish. So like a lot of the game plan knowledge I had kind of was just like gone. So
yeah,
it's really good to like you know, just to like talk about it, figure things out, because like I definitely like I know I have bad habits.
Yeah.
That like I'm like I don't really know what they are yet.
Yeah.
But, like this is really good because it's like I see like where things are going wrong, and like there's so many different ways to like things to replace them with. Like definitely like, because I feel like I'll go into a session and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna space well and I'm gonna do this and that, right? And like maybe I space well, but like I'm not doing anything to reward that.
Yeah.
Right? Stuff like that. So like it's good.
Well, I'm glad. I don't have anything else, so
No, yeah.
that's pretty good. All right.
Yeah, it's perfect. Yeah, I'll definitely. I'm gonna reach out to a couple of people and you know, use the knowledge well.
I hope so. All right, I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you. All right, take care.
Peace.